Alright, hello, welcome back. This is my fourth video episode on my cancer story. Last time we left off, it was just before he was about to diagnose me. So the surgery was over. The surgery's over, and we got the call in West Cork. We were just on a bit of a holiday after the whole thing. We said we needed a break, so we went in. Back to the matter, and we didn't know this. We didn't know like that he was going to say that this is bad. I thought this would be okay because the way she was talking on the phone. So all my family, we walked in anyway and went upstairs. Waited a while, saw him. I walked into the room. Was it only me in the room? No, it wasn't. Sorry. It was me, my mom and dad in the room. My brother and sister had to wait outside. So he closed the curtain there, he examined me, and I remember what he said. He goes, "I've never seen a scar recover or like heal so quickly. This is amazing, wow." And when he said that, there's more positivity, along with the woman talking really highly, and I was like, "Oh, perfect, grand championship there soon. Summer just beginning, this is beautiful, perfect." And then he said that, after he said that, there was a bit of doubt in his voice then, when he continued talking. So I sat back down again, and then the words came out of his mouth that I said obviously no one ever wants to hear. He just goes, the way he said he goes, it's cancer, yeah, it's cancer. And I was taken aback. I could not believe it. I was literally just like, no way, because the way they were talking, and fucking the mother started crying. And then dad was just like, just relax, calm down. And I stood up anyway, and I remember this hospital is beautiful. It was up really high as well, and they had this beautiful glass windows. I looked out and just like, am I actually going to die? I think that's the first thought everyone has when they get diagnosed. They're just like, am I actually going to die now? That was the first question. Was like, am I going to die? And the way he said, he could not. I wish he said it a bit better. He just goes, I don't know. And I was like, ah, shit. And I was kind of just like, oh my god, it just did not help. But after a bit of walking up and down, just relaxing, the doctor left the room for a while, and he came back in. Then we calmed down, we relaxed, and we sat down, and we were just like, okay, so what do we do? Like, what do we do now? And he takes out the plan. He goes, right, well, tomorrow I have to see you tomorrow. This is an emergency now. I need to see you tomorrow for another surgery. And this is where everything kind of gets overwhelming. He's like, another surgery straight away, no week to think about it. Just, we're going in for another one. This time I have to remove your testicle. Everything has to be gone. I was kind of relieved about that, actually, because the weight in my ball was still getting bigger. It was a relief saying, oh, I can get that removed. And so yeah, he said that, and he goes, you're probably going to have to think, because it's not his job to get like chemo and all that set up. It's kind of our responsibility. And he goes, yeah, obviously you get like a referral and all that. But he was just like, yeah, you're probably going to have to think about getting chemotherapy anyway, 100%, definitely. No radiotherapy was mentioned, but that wasn't mentioned. It was all just, okay, you're probably going to have to get chemo. Like, it's the best thing to do after the surgery. And he's like, you're going to have to get a PET scan. I got a CT scan before, and it's not that bad. But a PET scan is way more like in depth. They have to inject you with like this radiation dye now, which you can see really small, way smaller than a CT scan can. He mentioned all that, and he goes, look, it's not that bad, alright. He said you do feel sick and all that, but he said try and get out of bed every day. Don't stay in bed after getting chemo. I remember him saying that. And I was like, okay. And he was like, just all you have to do is put your headphones on, and it's only an hour to get the chemotherapy. But that's only some people. That was not what happened to me, because I had to get it for 2 nights, 3 days straight. But that's what he was on about, and it kind of calmed me down. I was like, all right, because I was still processing it. So after that, then he goes, yeah, I'll have to see you tomorrow. So, and he's like, grand. So, and before that, I remember him saying, he was like, your reaction, because I thought my reaction was so bad. He was like, your reaction is just one of the best I've seen. Usually people try and hit him, And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's unbelievable. People try and beat you up or something, because what can you do? So we walked out, and my thought was just still on championship. Actually, I remember asking him. I was like, "Can I still play championship?" It was that night. It was that night. Championship was that night, and he was like, "Yeah, I suppose. Just be careful, because my thing had healed so well." So we left the hospital anyway, and my parents were just livid with the other doctor for letting this happen, And they were like, "It's definitely after spreading, because now we know it is cancer, and it has been cancer from the very first day I seen it when it was like that. So it's been in my system, what, 4 or 5 months now. Imagine how much it could have spread, or did spread." And so we were kind of worried about that. And I remember ringing up my girlfriend's sister's boyfriend at the time. They're married now, and I remember ringing him up because I was just in pure panic. I was like, "What do I do?" And he was just telling me to relax. Still did not know the guy, but it was just pure panic. And I was just telling him to relax. I had to ring my girlfriend, tell her, "Look, it's cancer." I tell my friends, I have cancer now, and I have to think about getting chemotherapy. Um, I was supposed to be going to town with my friend, and you know what? I still did it. I said, "Yeah, going, look, I need to go and think and all that." So I went to town with my friend. Beautiful day, and you know what? This was the time Pokemon Go was a massive, massive phenomenon. And I remember I was like, that could keep me going through this whole thing. And me and my friend went to town. We played Pokemon Go all day. It was really fun, really sunny, boiling hot day. That's rare in Ireland. But I couldn't, I was trying to like tell him, I was trying to like, how am I gonna tell him now that this is happening. And we walked around, we got a bit of food and all that. And I remember then I got a really bad phone call from my dad to make things even worse. He goes, "Yeah, the championship match is called off there." And I can't remember why, but I couldn't believe, because it was such a beautiful day, and I just got back feeling better about the hurling and all that. But he said, "No, it's cancelled," and that made me feel like shit. So I told my girlfriend. She said, Come down to me later." I was like, "Gran, yeah, no matter." Um, I eventually told my friend, because my mom had to collect me and him from town and drop me to my girlfriend's house. She was going to drop me home and my friend home. So she dropped me to the house, and she just took my friend home. There was no bother because we lived close enough to each other. And yeah, I remember having to tell my friend, I was like, "Yeah, here, look, I actually have cancer. And he was like, "Oh, jeez, yeah, I'm so sorry," and all that. And we just joked about it then, we were just kind of laughing. It's like, "Look, you'll be grand. No, don't worry about it." Um, so yeah, I remember getting out to my girlfriend's house. We had a good time. She was like, "Oh, look, I'm so sorry about that," no, and all that. And so yeah, whatever, whatever. Her mother and father and all, they were all the same. And we had fun. That day was actually a good day. I take that down as a good day, even though, alright, you could say, yeah, I did get diagnosed with cancer, but I did have a fun day with my friends and my girlfriend. So that's pretty much all about that happened that day. And then we go into the next day, which is the surgery. And I think I actually didn't have to get up too early. It was about 12 or 1, and it was a really sunny day. I remember looking at it, going, Jesus, like, if this is my life now, and it's going to be this sunny all summer. So it was the same kind of concept, just go into the room, just sit down, wait for your call, go. It was literally the same as the first time, but I wasn't as nervous because I knew what to expect now, which is good. The exact same thing happened. I went down into that facility kind of area, went in, got drugged up, back down onto the table, conked out. So it was when I woke up. I woke up again in that same room. Again, actually the pain wasn't as bad. You'd think it would be so much worse because they literally are cutting open the exact same thing. I thought it would be worse, but it was okay. I was still dozed up and all that. I looked down, and it's actually like a relief because the weight is gone. Obviously now I only have one ball, but the weight was gone, and it was so good. Like, I was like happy about that. So I went back up into my room, and I had to stay. Actually, I had an option. I was like, "You can go home, or you could stay the night in the hospital." And I said, "Look, I'll stay the night in hospital. Look, I'm really dozed up, and my leg is actually hurting. My leg is hurting. I don't think there's anything I can do at home." And they were like, "Gran, yeah, no bother." And I actually really liked the hotel because it was, or not the hotel, I keep calling it a hotel. It was like a hotel. I remember all you had to do to get food, and I was getting food all night long because I couldn't sleep properly. It was just pressing a button, your man would come in with toast, here you go, happy days all day long. And I remember I'm from a little village, and one of the guys working there was from the village, so I knew him enough, like, and it was good. So yeah, I spent the night in the Mater. I was always attached to like a morphine or something just in case the pain got worse, which was good. And I remember, during the surgery, obviously I bled a lot. I didn't have this in the first one. This is new. It was a blood bag or something. It's attached to me. That it was attached down here, where like all the blood that leaked, it leaked into this bag, so it could be like pushed back in later or something. I don't know. And I remember like getting up to go to the bathroom. I couldn't properly do it. Like, I have to get someone to carry me, even though the bathroom was like 2 feet away. I had to get someone to carry me to go like. And I remember then the next morning, my parents were like, where are you and all that. So ready to take you home. And oh my god, they said, right, we're gonna have to take out your blood bag now. And I was like, oh, how are they gonna do that now? I was thinking, how are they gonna do that? I was like, surely they're just gonna like, I don't know, like and like numb that part of my body and then like cut it out or something. No, the woman just goes, no, turn on your back there, I'll pull it out of you. And I was like, okay, grand. And she was like, my parents are like, yeah, you should leave there just for a few seconds. I was like, wait, no, wait, what's going on? And she goes, right. I turned over. She had it. She was ready to pull it. And she just goes, right, breathe in there. I breathed in. And then she goes, breathe out. And as I breathe out, oh my god, I remember it was the most weird sensation. You could feel the wire coming out. You could feel the pipe coming out of you. You're like, oh, yuck. I was like, and I felt like, I don't know. It was such a weird feeling. Um, yeah, and I think that was all. That's all that happened in the Mater in a man. I think that was like kind of. It was okay. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I thought it'd be a lot worse, the surgery and all that. Obviously, it took a while to recover and to start walking properly again. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there now. I'm gonna leave that episode there. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna talk about just all the little things that happened before I got to chemotherapy, because there's a big story about my parents fighting to get me into the Crumlin Hospital. Because I was just over the age, and it's a children's hospital, but it's the best in Ireland. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. So thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.